how to make a snake out of polymer clay. So now that we have the 3 balls of orange, red, and yellow, we're going to mix it all together. Now the mixing depends on how colorful you want your snake to be. Twist it around like this. It gives it a marbly texture. See? This is what it looks like so far. Oh, my sleeves. This is going to be a fairly large snake. Polymer clay is just so good. You can make it out however you want. It's nothing like Play-Doh. Well, it is kind. It has the same consistency. This is a pretty big snake, so I think I'm gonna slice it in half. Inside, it looks extremely cool. I think I'll use this one. And depending on how marbly you want your snake to look, I think this is good for me now. This is the result of the marble. Put this somewhere that you can use it later. So in the picture it looks like it tapers off at the end. See? Tapers off. So we're going to roll that on one side so it becomes long like a snake. You can roll it on the table or in your hand. Doesn't matter. So the thicker part is going to be his head, and then the thinner part is going to be the end of his tail. So we'll just keep rolling that. Rolling, 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 until you have the length you desire. So we're going to start rolling the end up. And stick the thicker side up, so that'll be his little head. Now it's a kind of teeny little snake, so this is the result of how it looks right now. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so then you can take a knife or any kind of tool you have, and we're gonna make his mouth. Oh. Okay, so we're making his mouth here. You're just making it like a mouth, you know. He can have it open, close, whatever you want. See, so there's his little mouth, if you can see it. So then, we're gonna take some red for his tongue, just a tiny bit. Roll it into a small ball, about that size, or depending on the size of your snake's mouth, and put it in his mouth. I think I may have him facing it down. It'll be a little mischievous fellow. So there's his little tongue. you see it? Now we have to make his eyes. So we're gonna take some black and whites that you have. Put your colors back so they don't dry out. So he's got the whites of his eyes. I'm gonna slice this a little thinly. About that thin. And slice it right down the middle one more time. What do you do here? Okay, so now you have a little white ball. My hands are still red from the red clay. So we'll slice it one more time because the other clay was red, unfortunately. Oh. Don't slice your fingers off. Just roll both of the whites of the eyes into little balls. If you have some wipes, it's very good to have them. I forgot to bring them down here when I started making the movie. They're probably somewhere. I'll go get them later. Okay, so now we're just gonna set those eyes right on top of his head. See, here's a little eye. Depending on if it's harder or easier for you to do, it doesn't matter for me, but you could put the pupils on when his eyes are on his head, stuck on his head, or when you still have the whites of his eyes in your hand. So then we're going to take some black here. Gotta open it up. Open it up here. You know what, I'll just use an already open. So I'll just take a small piece. Well, I find it easier to always estimate by rolling it into a snake. And cut the pupils of his eyes a little thin, quite thinly. Because depending on how big your snake's eyes are. So this is my size. Very tiny. Very, very tiny. You can make his eyes look kooky, funny looking, anything you want. So I put on his eyes, and it looks like we're finished. This is my little snake, and this is the finished product. He's very adorable. He's got his little tongue and his eyes. And I hope you learned a little bit from this movie or this video on how to make a snake. So please stay tuned for more how-to videos on making things out of polymer clay. Hope to see you really soon. Bye!